Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrali sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma. How is everyone, children? Hope that you are doing well. You are learning, you are enjoying your learning. Today I am here to discuss a very important topic of chapter number 5, the internet and its users. And the topic is retrieval and location of web pages. But before moving on to this one, let's talk about I hope that we all are clear about web pages. We all know what are websites, and we have studied about the terms URL, etc. So if you have any query, then you can watch those videos also that are already uploaded, and they will benefit a lot in your learning. Right now, we're going to talk about DNS, that stands for Domain Name Server or Domain Name System. Now, I hope that we all know HTML. We all know that HTML is a markup language, and this is used to display contents on the web browsers. Now, just important, very important thing is all these websites are written using HTML. That's what we have discussed. They are present on a web server. And remember, the web server has its own IP address, and this IP address is always the same. And that is why it is given the name static IP address, because this IP address never changes. In order to retrieve those web pages which are present on the website, the browser needs to know the IP address actually. So now the problem is, what is easier for me as a human is URL, but for a computer, what is easy is the IP address. So what is DNS doing? DNS, domain name server or domain name system, is simply finding out the IP address for the domain that you have entered as a URL. Very simple. You wrote URL, you typed URL, that URL is converted into its equivalent IP, and the DNS job is to find out the equivalent IPs that it is able to open the website very easily. They are going to eliminate the need for a user to memorize IP addresses. Assume that you are asked to learn the IP addresses. That will be too difficult. Now the URLs are on our fingertips. We can simply type them so easily. But as far as learning the IPs is concerned, that is very, very difficult. And this is why the DNS is going to be my main help. For example, instead of typing www.hodareducation.co.uk, which is the website address, or the URL, you can simply type its equivalent IP if you know, and they both will do the work in the same manner. They both will open the website in front of you. Now, the DNS is going to involve more than one servers. And now let's learn how DNS works. The diagram, as you can see here, that has a few computers, like one computer is drawn, then website server, then the DNS servers 1 and 2 are mentioned, and the arrows are there. Let's learn how it works actually. The DNS server contains a database of URLs with the matching IP addresses. Now, every single URL that is present on www, its matching IP address is present in the DNS servers. What happens? You are going to type in if you have opened the web browser and you typed in the URL, the browser will do what? It will ask the DNS server 1 for the equivalent IP. Now, assume that the DNS server 1 does not contain the IP address of the required URL. So what will it do? It will now send a request to a DNS server 2. Now, in case the DNS server 1 has the equivalent IP, it won't consult DNS server 2, but in case it's not able to locate it in the database or in its cache, then it is going to send another request to DNS server 2. And then what will DNS server 2 do? It will find that whether the IP is available. If yes, then the IP will be sent back to DNS server 1, which is now going to put the IP address and the URL into its cache or in its database. I think it's very simple. Message request sent to DNS server 1. Found? Yes, very good. Return. If not found, consult DNS server 2. Now, DNS server 2 it will find it in its own database or its cache. If found, it will return the associated IP address to DNS server 1. Now, this IP address is now sent back to the user's computer, and then the computer can now start a proper communication with the website server. A two-way communication will begin. As you can see, it is shown with a double-ended arrow. Now, what will happen when the communication has begun? The HTML files are going to be sent from the server to the computer. And definitely the web browser, which is there on the user's computer, will interpret HTML and it will display the information on the user's computer. Jazakallah khairan kaseera for being a part of the learning journey. If you have liked my videos, please subscribe my channel, share with your friends and family so that they all are going to benefit from the videos that are coming regularly. The next video, inshallah, will be dealing with cybersecurity. So please do watch that video and give your feedback in the comment section so I will know what you want to view. Allah Hafiz.